question outside your room. You've been around several quarterbacks at the college and NFL level. What about CJ Carr kind of stands out to you? What's allowed him to have success so early?
He's a really sharp young man. Like the moment hasn't been too big for him, which you think about first start going there against Miami. Like he never got rattled, and sure he made a mistake here or there, but like he stays poised. He's really smart. Sees the game extremely well, and then obviously he's really talented. And so you put those things together, he has a chance to be a really good football player.
And then does he remind you of a quarterback that you played with at any level by chance?
None that really come to mind, man. He's a unique guy, man. Just ultimate competitor, and like I said, he's really smart and he's special.
And then I got to ask about the young guys. What do kind of Elijah, Cam, and Logan have to do to kind of find a role in the rotation?
Yeah, just continue to get better, man, which I think they're doing. They're learning our system. They're continuing to get better. They're working their tails off, and they stay at that. They stay at the rate that they're going. They'll be just fine.
Will's had an interesting journey since being here. Comes in, becomes a captain, didn't get many touches early on, starting to find his way. Just how did he stay patient during that, and what kind of leader is he, even when he's not getting those opportunities?
Yeah, he's been great. I mean, he's the same guy whether he has a touchdown or he has no catches at all. He's the same guy every day, and that's what you love about him, and that's what you need in a captain. That's the things that you look for is consistency, and he's been a consistent leader since the day he's walked in the door. Never changes, and so we appreciate that about him.
And with Jordan, what's allowed him to have such consistent success?
Just the way he works. He works his tail off. He works consistently, and it shows. He's been rewarded in the games with some throws, and he's made the most of his opportunities.
Hey, Coach, when you evaluate this team week to week, what do you think is still missing in terms of physicality and kind of trust, or what are you guys really working on?
Well, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of areas that you'll always continue to work on, with chemistry. And, it's a, new quarterback from last year. And so each week, we're just getting better and better and better. And that's the only focus that we have. Just every week, just continue to learn more, continue to work and be consistent at what we do. And the rest of the stuff will just take care of itself.
And when you work with these guys, what separates someone from being athletic to being that guy during pressure situations? And who in that room is starting to make that leap?
I think it's consistency. It's consistently doing it every single day and proving to everyone around them that they're a guy that is reliable. And then I think in the process of that, they prove to themselves that it builds confidence. And I think a lot of guys have stepped up in that. There's not really one guy that comes to mind. Like we're really blessed with the guys we have in our room. Just all great young men. And they work their tails off every single day, and I think they're getting better and better each and every single week. And so, there's not a specific guy I don't think that comes to mind.
Well, what's kind of the trick of the trade to run a successful slot fade?
The trick of the trade to run the slot fade, I think you just got to win at the line of scrimmage, try to get vertical as fast as possible, and then we got quarterbacks that are going to put in the right position every time. So once you see the ball in the air, you just got to trust your training, trust your ability, and go out and make a play.
And then you've been with Coach Brown for a while now, but specifically this year, where does he kind of help your game grow the most?
Yeah, I think Coach Brown, that's a good question. Coach Brown, he's definitely helped me, I kind of think, everywhere, but I think the biggest place I kind of had to improve for myself was probably, I think something I always want to work on more is just route running and then contested catches. So I think just being able to play through contact more, play a little bit bigger than I am, has been more of an emphasis for me, whether that's at the line of scrimmage, on contested catches, mid-route. I think that's something that we've been working on a lot.
What's this year been like for you? You get named the captain, and early on you don't get that many touches, and now it's starting to pick up here a little bit. What's that journey kind of been like?
Yeah, I think this whole year, it's been a blessing. I wouldn't change it at all. Come in, not getting to do much, so I miss most spring ball, and then summer workouts are going through, and fall camp comes around, you get voted captain, and then like you say, maybe not seeing the ball as much as you might have imagined, which didn't have me too high or too low. I was just able to put the team before myself. So I think it's been a good year for me. I think I've learned a lot about myself, and I'm being able to come in and be the same person every day for this team, and I think that's been good for us.
When that situation comes up, how do you lead as a captain in, I guess, a different way than just showing it on the field?
Yeah, I think the number one thing is, if you're going to be a leader, you have to be a leader every single day. You can't pick and choose when you want to lead. So I think no matter how things are going off the field, on the field, like you have to come in and be the same person every day. So I think that's how I'm able to do it. I come in every day, I bring the same amount of energy, the same amount of effort, the same will every day. I'm making jokes around the facility, being me, and I think when guys are able to see like, okay, Will had a good day and he was like this, then Will had a bad day, he's like this. I think when guys are able to see that you're going to be the same person every day, that kind of helps people gravitate towards you.
Okay, well, so you've been in the system a short time, but obviously the team and coaches are really starting to trust you. Can you walk me through when a coach comes up to you and tells you about a play like that 2-point conversion? What's going on through your minds?
Yeah, I think, it's always a good feeling when you obviously are feeling the trusting, like, confidence from the coaches. And I think a lot of that's just earned throughout practice, making plays in practice and through fall camp. Like, I'm sure you guys have all seen the clip of Malachi, like, saying, like, go back to the fade ball. Like, that's everybody in the receiver room. We're all super competitive dudes. We all want the ball in our hands, and we're all super confident, not only in ourselves, but in each other. Like, so I think that's what makes us and allows us to go out there and play confident and fast.
And when you look at this growth ceiling, what's one thing that can make it from good to elite, in your opinion? Obviously, it's still it's elite, but like to make.
No, it's a good question. It's a good question. Yeah, I think there's always areas to improve. As a receiver, personally, as a unit, I think there's still a lot of more times where we can be a little bit better on the perimeter and blocking, and then you'd always like to have more connections and catches in those one-on-one situations down the field. So I think that's another area we can improve. But the way the guys come in every day and they attack the meetings and the weight room and the practice, like I'm truly proud of where the guys are at right now.
Jeremiah, how beneficial has it been to have just an explosive passing game to kind of help open things up for you guys?
When you got a guy like CJ back there that can throw bombs, it just, lightens the box. People got to respect the fact that we got good receivers and a great quarterback. It just helps us as running backs, create more explosives. And, yeah.
And then what's kind of been Will Pauling's impact on or off the field just as a captain and fitting in with offense this year?
I would say Will is a great leader. I respect him a lot. He works hard every single day. When he gets his opportunity in the game, he makes it count. Will is a playmaker. And our whole receiver, of course, playmaker. He blocks his butt off on the perimeter. I just, respect Will a lot. He came in, last spring, put in the work, earned everybody's respect and became a captain. And, I respect it a lot. He puts his head down every single day, works hard, and his opportunity comes to the game, he shows up every single time.
When coaches approach you about the Wildcat, what kind of went through your mind about, all right, ball's going to come directly to me, no middleman?
I like it. The defense obviously knows that I'm probably getting the ball, so get a lot of attention on that play. But the fact that coaches are trying to get the ball in just running back room hands more. I loved it a lot. I want to see me, my guys, make explosive plays, and what better way to get the ball directly. Attempt to make it explosive. But like to play a lot. Hope to expand on it, and just gonna keep executing.
Obviously, there's momentum building for the team after 3 straight wins. What's kind of like the line between gaining more and more confidence as a team, but also staying hungry, which is probably what led to you guys getting 3 straight wins?
I would say our confidence has always been high. We haven't lost confidence in ourselves. We know what type of team we are. We know that we're a great team. We've got an explosive offense, a great defense, a great special teams unit as well. We just focus on the weeks, week by week, take it, as if we're 0-0 every week, and we're trying to get 1-0 at the end of the week. Our confidence is really, really high. As we go through the season, we're going to keep believing in ourselves and staying together, make sure we're doing the right things on and off the field so that, we can stay that way. But, we got all the confidence in the world, all the talent in the world, and best coaches in college. So, we're just going out there and just play our game.
Hey, Jeremiah, I haven't been able to talk to you about the segment you did, like in week 5 before Arkansas. It was about when you were younger, you went in about a kind of undiagnosed condition. And I wanted to ask you why you decided to share that, and has anything good come from that? I thought that was really cool that you were able to share that.
So taking it back to that, so the story that came out is obviously when I was younger, had some tendencies. People say when they hear tendencies, they think of like, I don't know what they think of, but my tendencies were like more OCD, stuff like that. Wasn't necessarily like, tendencies of like I had like any other serious thing. It was just tendencies of OCD. I like things a certain way. Just was a type of kid that liked being by myself. And that was pretty much it. I just wanted to just clarify that because when I see people like saying tendencies, they think of like, other things. But really, it was just OCD type tendencies, and just me as a kid not being able to connect with other kids as I mean, I didn't really want to, but I just didn't do it. But I love the story how it came out. I love that it connected with a lot of people. The whole message was to, encourage people to just be themselves and don't be ashamed of that. And I feel like right now that's helped me a lot because throughout my whole experience, throughout college and just throughout just life in general, I just stuck to my own principles and it's gotten me this far. And hopefully, just that story coming out can inspire others to kind of, do the same. Stick to who you are and just try to better yourself every single day. But yeah, love the story. Hope people like it. And yeah.
Cool. And I also wanted to ask about you and Price's iconic kind of nickname. I know there's been a few. There's Price of Love, Love Has a Price, someone said Sons of Thunder, Twin Turbo. I want to ask you what your thoughts are on that, or if there's a specific nickname you've been wanting to be kind of like stick out.
I haven't really been hearing like the nicknames really. I hear like the Price of Love sometimes. Like I don't know. I hear a bunch of stuff, but I mean, you can refer to us whatever way people want to. Just know that we're a great duo. Got a lot of great guys in the running back room, but me and JD specifically, we're both like fire, I guess you could say. Don't really have like a specific like nickname for us, but whatever people want to call us is fine. We're just two great backs doing what we got to do, and yeah.
So it's not the Fleet. Someone said you said it was.
Our
Okay.
running back name as a whole is the Fleet.
Okay.
We
Cool.
we fleet. We go out there and fly around, and yeah. But just
Okay.
JD and me and JD, we don't really have like a specific nickname, but people create nicknames and stick to them. But just two great backs doing what we got to do.
Christian, where's kind of the secondary improved the most from game one until now?
I definitely say the explosive plays. I definitely think that we stopped enough of those, and I think we grew better in that, and just especially into getting more into the coverages and everything. That's why I feel like we more improved that.
And then you played a ton as a freshman, got that experience, know what it's like stepping into a new role, new team. What advice can you give Mark and Dallas about that experience so that helps them?
I definitely would say like when I came in here, I didn't want to let time take over me, as in like just sit back and watch and everybody go play football and just wait my turn. I just said go ahead and just go attack, keep attacking, keep trying to get out there on the field, keep working as hard as you can just to go and play. Cause like by the end of the time, before you know it, you're gonna be like a senior and you're looking back like, dang, I wish I did this thing, I wish that. Like, nah, just go ahead and attack your freshman year, attack this and keep going. So yeah.
What's this season been like for you? And were you battling an injury in the first couple games?
Oh yeah, I was battling a little injury, a little bruised up, but I feel like the season's been going by pretty good, and it started off with a rough start a little bit, but then we got back into it, and we're doing great and everything, just being consistent, and so I feel like this it's just going good right now. So
What kind of difference is the secondary when Leonard is
it's the same, you know what I mean? Like, even when Lenny's out, we still the same secondary. We still the same secondary that's still great and good, And just having him in there back again was just fun, Like, I call him one of my closest friends and everything, so I'm glad that I seen him ball when he got back in. And, it's just the same, though, with him and everything, because, the secondary, by making is what he teaches us and everything, everybody knows everything and everybody does everything the same way, and we're just all good on the field, so yeah.
Obviously, when he's in there, you're getting a lot more attention your way.
Yeah.
What kind of change of pace is that versus when he's not there? Then sometimes they're going in another direction.
It's kind of cool, It's just, it's football, and I kind of like it. I kind of like the attention. I like them throwing it my way, but that's more opportunities for me, getting me some interceptions. It'd be great. So, I like it so far.
Hey Christian, obviously this defense is improving, holding Boise State to 7 points. What's the biggest in-game adjustments that fans might not see on paper?
I really would say it's really our mentality, And the plays are great and everything. It's just really our mentality for sure, and just finishing out through the game and just trying to get the ball, finish with 4 takeaways and everything. So it was really just mostly our mentality that kept changing out through the game. So yeah.
And you're speaking a lot of like that mentality. And what specifically has been improving in the defense?
We just started going back to our old selves. We are the same secondary from last year, and we just had to bring that back out and just, we're that squad that get like 4 takeaways, 5 takeaways, you know what I mean? And so we just routine back to our ways, and then we just became hunters out there and just been savages the whole way.
What's that line between getting that confidence back and helping in that regard, but also being still hungry? Like Coach Freeman has kind of pointed out that sometimes when the back's against the wall, you guys play at your best. So what's that kind of line between that?
It's just, I definitely say confidence is something, you gain from results. So, but, when we are back against the wall, we just start fighting back as hard as you can, If a dog start biting on your leg, you're going to fight as hard as you can just to fight it off, And just, when we in that mindset, we just continue to dominate, continue to win. And so that's why I would say, like, that's a real line of difference between, like, the confidence and just our back against the wall, and that's just our mentality.
Can you tap into that when you've won 3 games in a row? Can you still tap into that? Dogs biting on your leg?
Yeah, we could definitely tap into that, So, yeah.
Boubacar, it looks like you're moving at a different speed over the last 2 weeks. Is that health, gaining confidence in the knee, or is that just confidence in the defense?
I say confidence in the defense. I feel like week by week, I feel like everyone on the defense has been progressing in the right direction, and we're just focusing on playing as a team, just playing fast and just playing violent.
And then a performance from the D-line like last week where you guys are pressuring the quarterback almost every play. How much confidence does that give the room as a whole?
It gives a lot of confidence. I mean, when we're able to get to the quarterback and help our guys in the back end, I mean, it fuels us up to continue to keep applying pressure and just keep doing what we do, because at the end of the day, we're trying to be the best we can be for the DBs and the whole defense and the whole team. So,
how frustrating was the first couple of weeks, and then in comparison, how gratifying has the last couple of weeks been?
I mean, yeah, it was frustrating, but at the same time, we can't hang our heads on those losses we took those first 2 weeks. I mean, we got more games to play, so we just have to keep moving forward and focusing on our next opponent.
And then what's the challenge this week? Obviously, very talented running back and quarterback combinations.
The challenge this week is just continue to progress. I mean, I feel like week by week we've been getting better, so as long as we're taking the stuff that we need to get better at in practice and just continue to, day by day, just continue to win each day, I feel like we're going to have a really good Saturday.
Hey, Boubacar,
How you
you come
doing?
off as sort of quiet, especially in interviews. Are you more vocal on the field? And if not you, who's that real leader out there?
Yeah, I say I'm a little vocal. I could be quiet sometimes because I like for my play to speak for me. So I mean, but like, yeah, I'd say I'm definitely getting better at being vocal. So yeah.
Okay, appreciate that. And also, what's one thing your teammates would say about you that people watching you might not know?
As far as like personality, they'll say I'm funny. I'm a real goofy guy in the locker room and stuff like that. So they'll definitely say that about me. And then like whenever I'm on the field, I'm actually like really serious. Like I try not to joke around a lot. Like I try to stay focused on what we need to do and like the task at hand. So.